By what all of you have given to make the center such an amazing and special place that attracts people like you and the incredible social entrepreneurs who we work with around the world. As many of you know, this was the 10th anniversary of the Global Social Benefit Incubator, and this is a really remarkable achievement. It's one of the first incubators, or as many people are saying, accelerators, to actually help social entrepreneurs build sustainable and scalable enterprises around the world. And we've been around for 10 years now, which is pretty remarkable. So that in and of itself is an accomplishment. What's even more amazing is that these social entrepreneurs have helped about 74 million people. And when I came to the center a couple years ago, I said, how do we get to 1 billion? And that's why all of you are here, is to talk about how we can really make that a reality. First and foremost, we couldn't help these social entrepreneurs be successful without connecting them with the mentors here in Silicon Valley. And I want to acknowledge Mike Looney. Mike, can you raise your hand in the back? Who's our GSBI Mentor Network Director. Mike, thank you so much. Mike's just done an incredible job in linking Santa Clara University and the Global Social Benefit Incubator to the CEOs and other executives who have built successful and scalable enterprises that serve the poor. But we're only at 74 million, and we want to get to 1 billion. So one of the things that we have thought about very, very intensively over the past couple of years is how do we help more social entrepreneurs help more people and lift them out of poverty. And one of the things that we decided is that we need a full-time GSBI director, and so I'm delighted to say thank you to Paul Meisner, a longtime GSBI mentor, for stepping up to the plate. Thank you, Paul. One of the things that Paul is going to try, which is an experiment, we've done other experiments here, is to actually incubate at the center what we're calling a multinational social enterprise. So a social enterprise that from the start is built with the idea of going global, of helping people all over the world with safe drinking water or off-grid energy or nutritious food or access to education. So this is an experiment. We don't know if it'll work, but we're really, really excited about it and delighted to have Paul on board to help us with that. We are continuing to focus on the off-grid energy sector. We've been focusing in that sector for about 3 years now and have worked intensively with about 60 social enterprises, and I want to thank Applied Materials and Skoll Foundation, Alex Sloan from Skoll, and Mark Walker from Applied for all of their support in this regard. Thank you very much.
And all the centers are doing a good job of that. But it occurs to me tonight that our center has not only was born to be interdisciplinary, but in fact has become multidisciplinary. And what I mean by that is we are at a university. Universities have academics. That's what they're supposed to have. But led by, and Thane said, led by Father Ng and Provost Jacobs, we have had the opportunity at the center to do an unbelievable mixing and matching of academia and corporate folks. And so if you look at Thane and his corporate background, his academic background is getting a PhD, but he never taught necessarily in academia until he came here. He does now. John Kohler, a number of us from the corporate side who have now come here and have been welcomed by the academics, have learned from the academics. John has the business school involved in a number of these grants on the financial aspects of social entrepreneurship. Radha Basu has started the Frugal Innovation Lab in the engineering school. So we're drawing the corporate people and the academics together, and this is clearly a case where 1 and 1 equals about 3 or 4. So it's one of the unique aspects of our center, and it couldn't be done without the willingness of the staff at Santa Clara. The professors that we work with, I can tell you from personal experience, there were some things that we were able to teach them, and there were some things that when Rod and I would make a comment, there would just be absolute laughter. And at some point we'd look at them and say, obviously we said something funny and we have no clue. They would say, it's a really good idea, you can't do that here. Why? Because you can't. Here's why. Oh, okay. So how about if we try something else? So there's a great balance here, and I think it's that combination that is going to get us to Thane's totally audacious goal of 1 billion people in 2020. So here's the end of it, brother. What I'd like to toast is I'd like to thank all of you for coming. I'd like to particularly thank the staff and everybody who dedicates their life to this, but I'd like to toast our goal, because we will make it, to 1 billion people affected by 2020 by the center. Here's
Sure.
Thank you, Thane, for letting us join the ride with you, by the way. You're on your own.